Now, the next thing we have is 5 early spring home maintenance tips. You want to take number 1?
Gutters. Yeah. A lot of people think gutters are, I guess for lack of a better term, mistake proof when they put gutter guards on. I can't tell you how many times I've seen trees growing out of gutter guards. So make sure those are clean. Yeah, if you see during a rainstorm, I'm the guy outside looking at my gutters and downspouts, making sure that they're draining where they're supposed to be.
Everybody should be. Yeah. If you go outside during a heavy rainstorm, put it up on an umbrella, walk around the outside of your house, and if the water is visibly falling off your roof, I don't care how it's visibly falling off your roof. If it's falling off your roof, then what you're looking at is a gutter problem. And if that water is getting right next to your house, you're going to have a wet basement eventually. Your sump pump's going to run more frequently. And in the event of a power outage, guess who gets to have the grand prize of a flooded basement?
Not me.
Not me.
I got a battery backup.
Oh, do you? There you go. There you go. Yeah. But you definitely don't want it to be you, because if you get a flooded basement, you need a new furnace, you need a new water heater, you need all new personal belongings. It's a hot mess. And if you have gutter problems, guess who usually doesn't cover the cost of repairs? Insurance. Homeowners insurance does not cover you being negligent in the operation of your home, regretfully. So, unless, when it comes to the gutters, if they get damaged in the storm and things like that, that's a different story. But, if you just generally don't clean your gutters and the water flows over and causing your basement to get flooded, generally speaking, homeowners insurance doesn't cover it. When we have Dan in from Colonial Insurance, we'll ask him that question. Now, the next thing we have, item number 2, fertilize shrubs and trees so they grow back healthy. Your trees and shrubs are working very hard to get out of the soil at this time, especially here in Wisconsin. So we teased them all a little bit with some 85-degree weather for 3 days. And then we threw a bunch of snow at them and freezing weather and sleet. I mean, we had hail here. We had hail issues.
Hail down here.
Oh my gosh, we had piles of it. I mean, I had a handful of hail that was probably golf ball size. All of them. There was a whole bunch of them. You know, it was pretty crazy. But so definitely give them a hand. Put a little fertilizer out there. Tree and shrub fertilizer is pretty universal. I don't think you could put it if you bought a little bag of it or whatever, you can't put it by a bush or tree that's not going to like it. Okay, you're basically adding a bunch of nitrogen to the area to give them a little bit of a jolt to get up and get out and get healthy, and it's going to pay long term in the overall health of the plant and its appearance and stuff like that. So that's a good idea. The next one, Michael, what do you got?
Change your furnace filter or your air conditioner filter if you have a boiler. So.
You're talking about an air handler.
Air handler, yeah.
So when we talk about moving air through your home, you got to make sure that you have some sort of filtration that's going to filter the dust and particulate, not only to make your house not as dusty, but also they make your equipment stay cleaner, run better, run longer, and changing your furnace filter should be a regular maintenance item. Yeah, I mean, if you have a thick filter, once every 6 months. If you have a skinny filter, once every 3 months is what you're looking at. If you're buying a filter that you can see through because you're a cheapskate,
it's not going to filter much.
Don't even bother changing your filter.
We talked about that on the furnace episode.
Yeah, you're just destroying your equipment at that point. So those blue ones, if you can see through it, if you hold it up and you can see the rest of the store through your filter, you got a problem. You got a problem.
Blue ones and green ones.
Yeah.
You want the white pleated ones.
Oh, yeah, they do make them in green, too. Yeah. So if you can see through the filter, don't buy it. It's a bad bet, okay? And then the next one, get a tune-up on your air conditioner. That should be every 2 years, okay? If you haven't had a tune-up on your air conditioner in a while, get one done, okay? Not only is it going to make the equipment run more efficiently, it's going to catch problems before it's a problem, and when it gets really hot out, guess who's not available because they're busy? HVAC technicians. So if you want to be able to enjoy your air conditioner on those really hot days, get a tune-up when it's not absolutely necessary. Okay, but ultimately, a tune-up is going to make the unit last longer, perform better, catch problems before they're problems. If they do have lower refrigerant levels and things like that, they can top that off. They can put in sealants and things like that to get the unit to last a little bit longer. But ultimately, a tune-up every 2 years should happen on all of your HVAC equipment, your furnace and your air conditioner. Now, doing the tune-up in either the spring or in the fall is a good idea because then they can do both the furnace and the air conditioner at the same time. If you try to get a tune-up in the middle of winter, guess what? They're not going to be able to do your air conditioner, and you're going to have a separate service call. So try to get them done both at the same time. All right. And the last one, Mike?
Turn on hose bibs.
Turn on your hose bibs.
Make sure they're open first, then turn the water on slowly. You know? And then if you have old gate valves that you just turn and turn and turn until they stop, then you want to make sure the packing nut is not leaking after you turn it, because a lot of times they start leaking.
Yeah, the packing. So if you have the handle up here, you have the shafts going down. There's a nut right on top of there. That's the packing nut. And if you have a leak, you can take that off and replace the little washer that's in there and stuff. Yeah, definitely when you go to turn that water on, if you turn it on and you didn't open your faucet at all, this goes for the water in your house too. Okay, you can actually take that pressure head and you can blow out the spigot. You can wreck the faucet head and stuff like that. So definitely want to make sure that that is open. And start just light. Just turn it on a little bit. You got to get all that air out of the line, okay? And then the water's going to sprinkle a little bit, okay? And once that water's coming out with a good steady flow and no air spurting out of it, then you can feel free to turn that water pressure up to your outside hose spigots. But yeah, definitely 5 things you should do in early home maintenance, and go do them in the near future. That'd be a good idea. Hey, thanks for tuning in today, you guys. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you want to know when we put out the next one, give me a bell notification. It's a little bell on the bottom right-hand side. And subscribe. You want to know when I'm coming out with new stuff or whatever. You want to be able to check us out and be alerted to new video content coming your way. Subscribe button's really the way to go. Thanks again for tuning in, you guys. Remember, the better you take care of your house, better it's going to take care of you. Have a good one.